Oh god, I'm drowning. Send help, please. Ah. Oh, I feel better now. Hey guys, I'm Walt. Welcome back to more Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. This episode, we're gonna go to a new location. But first, we have business at the farm. Because over the past few hunts, we have gotten many more Yukima points to spend here. So hey, I'm put you to work. Please upgrade my fields. And Uh, do I want to save this? Save points? I kind of want to save points, honestly. So we're only going to get one improvement for now. So let's get some materials. Probably after cut. Oh, no cutscene. Wow. It's like this row, the second row is insignificant. It's like, you don't even matter, row. Go away. I think I'm gonna want to farm some Might Seeds and Adamant Seeds before I forget to farm them. But I might end up using them before I farm them. That's why I wanted to do it now. We're still a good distance out ways from using them, but they're useful items to farm. But yeah. Now, compared to the last few episodes, we're not actually targeting any large monsters today. Unfortunately, there aren't any new large monsters in the Flooded Forest, which is where we're headed. At least not in 2-star quests. I mean, there is an Arzuros quest there, but I think we fought enough Arzuros to satisfy us for a good long while. It's not really much reason to fight him over and over again. I mean, there is for his armor. But I'm not going after Arzuros' armor or his weapons, so like, why would I fight him a million times? Not really much reason to. Now, something I might be making a bad habit out of is not showing the armor of the monster that we kill. I need to start remembering to do that because armor is a huge part of this game. So, what I should have done last time was go over the Great Jaggy armor, however, here we are, going over the Great Jaggy armor in the episode after we fight the Great Jaggy. And the Great Jaggy armor has just good defense as the Arzuros armor, has really bad elemental resistance because Great Jaggy is weak to pretty much every element except Dragon. And you won't even get Dragon Element's weapons until the end game, basically. With maybe an exception here or there, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. The skills of the Great Jaggy armor are actually amazing. The Great Jaggy armor gives you recovery speed, I think +1, which, if you've noticed during combat, like after you take a hit, there's a portion of your health bar that is red. You will regenerate that amount of health over time if you do not take another hit. And the recovery speed will allow you to regenerate that red part faster. Great Jaggy, excuse me, my tongue is not working. Great Jaggy armor also gives you attack up small, I believe, which obviously increases your attack. And Great Jaggy armor also gives you perception, which I believe is linked to the skill Capture Guru, where if you paintball a monster and the monster is low enough on health to be captured, the little pink icon on the map will start flashing white, saying, hey, capture me, please, I'm free. Capture me, baby. Of course, the negative skills kind of suck on armor. Great Jaggy armor actually gives you a negative skill. I didn't go over Arzuros' armor, negative skill armor, because it was like paralysis or something, but lasting power does have a slight effect to where certain items do not last as long. I believe this affects things like cool and hot drinks. That's a downside to using the Jaggy armor, however, you can easily gem out that armor skill, which we'll get to eventually. Because I think I'll make the Great Jaggy set. I think that's a good piece of armor set to make. I've always made the Great Jaggy armor to start off the game, and I don't see any reason to stop now. Also, what is this? That's a special armor set. interesting. I don't plan on covering special armors. I only really plan on covering monster armors, just because that's what you'll probably be after most of the time. I also need to remember to start checking gunner armor, just because they may have different skills. Because certain armor skills are exclusive to gunning weapons, and certain armor skills are exclusive to Blade Master weapons. Just kind of how that works. Alright, but before I farm my armor, I'd like to get the Flooded Forest explored with you guys first. And there are two key quests in the Flooded Forest, is the Know the Love for Ludroth quest and the Poisonous Ragi quest. So we'll start with the Ludroth quest because, like, I'm not about to get poisoned. Poison is icky and not fun. Alright, welcome to the Flood Forest. Probably one of the more interesting maps of the game. At least compared to the game it originated in. This map originated in Monster Hunter Tri, which was the game right before this one. And Monster Hunter Tri and by extension Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate are special games in the series in that they have a very unique feature, which was underwater combat. Needless to say, it didn't return for reasons that are kind of obvious to anyone that's played video games, and that typically underwater levels kinda suck. Monster Hunter was no exception because underwater combat was interesting, but it wasn't very fair per se. Like, your mobility was severely limited in underwater. And the monsters, of course, since any monster that, is a water monster, they're gonna be able to swim better than they can walk. So, it's not only are you slower, but the monsters are faster, and needless to say, it wasn't a very popular mechanic. So it never really returned after 3 Ultimate. However, you'll notice that I did not mention Monster Hunter Portable 3rd in that underwater games list, because there are no underwater areas in this game. What they did instead were to convert the underwater areas to land areas. So, like, if you were playing Monster Hunter Tri, the area that we're currently in right now, Area 4, half of it would be underwater, like the half that's over there in the distance. And some areas which were entirely underwater were changed. Like Area 3, 5, and 6. Those areas in Tri, completely underwater. In this game, completely on land, no semblance of water. Like, well, I guess there might be water pools near them, but the areas are the same size and everything, so it's no worries about loss of landmass. Not to mention the Flood Forest, at least in Tri and 3 Ultimate, I think the Flood Forest specifically made underwater combat bad just because a lot of the areas in this map are tiny, especially the underwater areas, and tiny areas plus bad camera and very bad controls. It's not a very good combination. Also, Belite Ore is found in the Flood Forest, apparently. So, that's very, very good to know. You will be needing that a lot because Belite Ore is used very often. So you may as well grab a lot, There's no harm in it. Of course, I have yet to talk about our quest target, and the quest is, like, already done. Ludroth are, I guess, somewhat interesting. They don't just hit you like a lot of other small monsters. They also can spit water at you, which can inflict water blight, which is a status effect. Ooh, wow, we're getting to status effects that aren't stun. Basically, when you're water blade, you recover stamina more slowly. So if I were to run, and then if I were water blade, try to recover stamina after running, I would be slow to recover stamina. It it sucks, and you know you just have to deal with it for a while until you find an item called a nullberry. Nullberries are a very magical item in that they cure any blight. However, nullberries do not cure any status effects, but they cure a good majority of them, so eventually you probably just want to start curing them all the time. But this was just an intro to the Flood Forest. We're not done here. We got more small monsters to kill, so. For our troubles, we got a bunch of regular Ludroth parts. It's pretty useful, I guess. You'll want them for making Ludroth armor, though. Which will get to their leader eventually, but that's a ways off, so we don't have to worry about that for a little while. So, just gotta make sure we do our daily, or questly, not daily, questly routine. So I guess I'll see you back in the Flood Forest in a moment. Well, I thought we were gonna meet up back in the forest, but turns out I noticed a couple things before selecting the quest. Apparently, upon defeating the Great Jackie and the Bull Drone, you unlocked new quests for both of them. So, like, you can fight the Great Jackie in the Misty Peaks, and you can fight the Bull Drone in the Flooded Forest. So, more quests to do if you want to fight those monsters. Don't see any reason why you don't want to fight Bull Drone, since he apparently has no armor in this game. It's like the one large monster that doesn't. It's kind of weird. Still, I'm still not over that, by the way. I don't think I'll ever be over that, but that's just how that is. Alright, back for round 2 in the Flood Forest. Something kind of... see, is it even in this game? No, okay. So in Monster Hunter Tri and 3 Ultimate, there's a shortcut, like back here, that you would go underwater for, and it'll take you to Area 6 from base camp. It's like a one-way shortcut. It's pretty useful. There's also one in the Sandy Plains that takes you straight to Area 7 from base camp. That is a one-way shortcut, and I believe that's the only shortcut in this game from base camp. I kind of miss how they used to do like little shortcut things. I don't think they do that in later games. Anyway, our objective this time is to kill 10 of these Roggies. These guys also are mildly interesting. Kind of like how the Ludroth spit water. These guys spit poison. Also, that corpse disappeared instantly. That's a little weird. We're gonna take a different route. Explore more of the forest, and we'll see more Roggi going different ways as well. Because Roggies are less water-based and more land-based than Ludroth. So we're back in Area 8. I briefly dipped in here to look for some ore, but we're back here again, getting some poisonous mushrooms. Area 8's a little interesting, since there's like a little upper ledge up here. Thankfully, you never fight any large monsters in like really tiny areas. I mean, I say that, but there is an exception on this map, and that's Area 9. But I'll vent about that in a moment when I actually get there. It's a little silly how large monsters can go to Area 9. Like, this is the largest part of Area 9. and it's tiny. And then what you have here is a hallway, which is just perfect for getting comboed up against a wall. No. Is that a bug spot? Yes, it is. But yeah, you can get comboed up against the wall, and there's nothing you do, and then you just get sent straight back to base camp. Truly good game mechanics, but and good game design. But I have a slight grudge against the Flooded Forest anyway, just because of the cramped areas, and definitely the grudge from cramped areas in underwater combat. Not a good mix. Like, it's not necessarily a bad map, but it's easily my least favorite map in this game out of the 6 major maps. So it's like, yay, Flooded Forest. I could go without it. But, you know, it's a Monster Hunter game, kinda need that swampy map for those swampy monsters. Kinda wish I'd get some Beelite ore, but... Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ask and you will receive, apparently. Just need a bit more so I can upgrade this hammer. Because that'll be very nice to get. Very soon, because you're gonna want that upgrade. I'm gonna get that upgrade, like, no matter what, before the next video, honestly. Because I plan on grinding out the Great Jaggy set, you know, before the next episode, because I don't plan on showing me fighting the Great Jaggy like 6 times. Like, that kind of wastes your time and kind of wastes my internet upload speed. So, not upload speed, but uploading time and rendering time. It's in the best interest to not show that, really. So instead, I'll just, like, you know, show me gathering a bunch of materials. You know, that's quality video content. But these deer are noisy. Also, kind of like that one shortcut in Misty Peaks from 3, like, that one was hidden from 3 to 7. A lot of maps also have one-way shortcuts. This map has a one-way shortcut from 7 to 6, and involves a tiny bit of suicide. I'm joking, there's no fall damage in this game. Though honestly, our legs should be, like, broken severely, and, like, shouldn't even be able to be walking right now. I'm not complaining though. Kinda like walking around, being able to fight stuff. Like this rock, it's not giving me the drops that I need. I need to fight more rocks. That's what we wanted to hunt, right? Not monsters, but rocks. Because, you know, this is like Minecraft. We're hunting down that iron ore so we can make some iron armor. You know what's kind of funny about that statement? I've actually never played Minecraft. Not once in my life. Not even, like, using, like, a friend's copy of the game or anything. Just never played Minecraft. I was interested in it at one point when I was a young preteen, I think. And now I just kind of, like, gave out my age to the general public. Yay! You can probably calculate how old I am based off of that statement. Actually, no, you can't. 'Cause I could be a wide range of ages, honestly. But, like, I could never get it just because back then I didn't have my own credit card or anything. Cause, you know, I was like I wasn't even a teenager. I was a preteen. Do you mind? Like, you know, no teenagers can have a debit card or credit card, so they can't buy video games online. So, you know what I'd do? I'd beg to mommy. Like, hey, mommy, can you, like, use your credit card for that. I'll pay back using my allowance. And she was like, don't trust that site, so kinda lost interest in the game. Also, poison. Use antidote to cure that, not nullberries. That's one of the few status effects nullberries can't cure. But going back to the whole Minecraft thing. About a year... Okay, I can't even speak. Thanks, game. I have to explain another dumb thing. So, small monster corpses despawn after a while. And they can despawn while you're carving them. That's a good game mechanic. And you don't get the item until you finish carving. So, that's why that came up. Anyway, going back to the whole Minecraft thing. About a year later, after that whole, like, oh, I can't get Minecraft, wah, 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 because I was like 12 at the time. Didn't lose my ability to cry yet. Then I heard about this little indie game called Terraria. It's not actually that little, and you should totally play it. It's a really good game. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games. But anyway, since it was on Steam, and thankfully my mom actually let me get Terraria. Because if I didn't get into Terraria, I probably wouldn't be into PC gaming. Because that was the first real PC game that I played extensively. I made a Steam account for it and everything. It's a pretty cool game. Love Terraria, but never got curious to go back to the quote-unquote 3D counterpart. You know, I'm gonna stop there comparing Minecraft to Terraria because they're two different games. Terraria is not a 2D Minecraft, and Minecraft's not a 3D Terraria. They both focus on different things. Like, Minecraft focuses on building, while Terraria focuses more on exploration. Bro, where are you going? Get back here. Anyway. And, you know, Terraria does have support for building, but I just never really built anything. That's why I haven't really gone back for, like, buying Minecraft. Not that I'm, like, an old man. I say old, but not actually old. I mean, for one thing, Minecraft's like, what, 30 bucks nowadays? That's way too expensive. Can't afford it. Pays 60 bucks for a new Monster Hunter game. And then pays 40 bucks for the expansion for said game. Where's the corpse? Anyway. Priorities. And just naturally I'd prefer some games over others. I lost interest in Minecraft after that initial, like, couple years of watching YouTube videos. No, it happens. Man, I really get off topic with this video. But to be fair, it's basically a gathering video, so talking about something other than, oh, I hit him, and oh no, he poisoned me. It's probably a good thing, honestly. This quest took longer than I expected, though. I didn't think it would take over 10 minutes to kill Tenragi, but they were playing hide and seek with me, so I had to seek them out. It's an important quest, though, I swear. And for that, we get a bunch of Ragi parts, which are used for Ragi equipment. We'll get to their leader soon enough, though. So, there's a lot to do still. I need to do farm. And we're back from the farm. Now I need to... Something I need to do is restock on pickaxes and bug nets, because those have been breaking here lately. That's no fun. Another thing I'd like to do is to upgrade to the hammer I currently have equipped, because I do have the goods for it. do have the money, and the extra 20 damage and green sharpness will help out tremendously. That's 2 new options for upgrading this thing. War Mace, which doesn't look any difference, and then the Frozen Core. I like this hammer. I like the design of it. I never really make it, because I always struggle to find the parts for it, and then by the time I get to the area where I can get the parts, I'm too busy farming other things to where I just completely forgot about Isism. ISIS confirmed in Monster Hunter. Anyway. But this is the earliest you can get an ice weapon, for hammer at least, I believe. And it's a pretty solid ice hammer too. I'd recommend it if you remember about it and get the materials. I almost said it was the only ice hammer in the game, but then I was like, wait a minute, no it's not. But it's the only ice hammer in the game for a good long time, so actually is totally worth your time to get this. I'll get it probably just because having multiple elements is very useful. You'll want to do that because certain monsters have weaknesses. It's kind of like Pokemon, really. Also, the village chief wants to talk to me about something. What's that? I completed all the key quests? Oh, another favor you ask. According to Pekko. Interesting. So, that's a guy. Oh, he's in our home turf. Well, we gotta kick him out. Gotta defend our land. Can't be there, just being a Pekko. It's our turf, man. Get him out. Anyway, I just realized I never showed off the bed. I only mentioned it, but you can totally save here and just sleep like a sleepy boy. Then you can quit out of the game because yay. So that'll definitely do it for this episode of Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Next time we take on the Pekko. I'll see you guys then.